Greetings, everybody. Funeral Digger back in the house. Been a long layoff. Appreciate everybody being here this evening. Big night. A lot of Call of Duty news and a lot of stuff went down in my interim while I was on vacation in beautiful Mexico. I want to thank everybody for being here. Tonight's going to be a little bit different. We're going to be talking a lot about the Call of Duty news, and probably at least the first hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours, depending how windy I get, is really going to be almost like a podcast. I'm going to be going over all the talk that's going on in the Call of Duty world, everything that's been going on. Shady for 5 months in a row. I appreciate your brother, and he's got the pork jars out. Man, we are starting off fast. All right, guys, I appreciate everything. I appreciate everybody being here. Like I said, I'm going to do something a little different this evening. Probably may not do it again for a while, but you're going to see me. I'm going to light up a cigar. I'm going to enjoy myself. And I'm not supposed to be smoking in here, but what the hell? One time ain't going to hurt anything, and I love cigars, and why not? Anyway, that being done, they say it's not good for the computer, Shady. Oh, Burke in the house, brother. Thank you, Burke. The Burke is in the house, baby. Thank you, Burke. I appreciate all you guys. Tonight, there's a lot of shit going on that's been going on since I left. Those of you guys that have been around or whatever, I burned out. I took a week off and went down to Mexico and drank a lot of beer and ate a lot of good food and just enjoyed everything down there. What a beautiful place, and I'm going to be leaving and going back down there again in about 6 weeks. For their big San Marcos festival down there, which is the largest festival in Central America. And there's only a couple festivals bigger. I think only two. And that's Germany's Oktoberfest and the Carnival in Rio in Brazil. I was at the San Marcos last year, and it was something to behold, let me tell you. I just want to go down and be honest with you guys. I like the bullfights, and I want to go down and watch the bullfights. So I'll be heading out again for another week down in Mexico, and then I should be good to go for a while. You'll have to put up with me. Anyway, the big news that's going on right now is the cheating and the skill-based matchmaking in Call of Duty. Obviously, while I was gone, I believe it was an inside. Nobody knows this for sure. I'm just looking. I'm an old man. I've been around the block a few times. All right. They may try and peddle bullshit on you young guys, but they ain't gonna peddle this crap on me. I have a very hard time believing that these servers, every Call of Duty server, I think there's 122 of them, I believe, that came out in there, 112 or 120, I don't know, there's a hell of a lot of them. Every one of them went down. And you're not going to tell me this is a random thing, and it's hilarious when these servers go down, because everything's affected but the shop. You can always buy a skin, whether the servers are down or not. You can always buy a skin. So anyway, the servers went down, and the great irony of it, I took a whole Xbox setup down there with me, and I left it at the house. I happened to be on that morning, and I thought something was screwed up, that I hooked the setup wrong or whatever. And I log in, and the servers are down. I didn't know, and I thought I might have screwed up. I was playing around a little bit. But anyway, I'm getting off the point here, off the subject. No one's going to tell me that every server that Activision has with Call of Duty goes down by accident. I got to believe, and I'm going to use this as my segue into the whole cheating thing that's going on right now. That's the talk of the Call of Duty world. You're not going to tell me that every one of these servers goes down, knocks skill-based matchmaking off the map, so everybody's accounts are reset to 1. Shady with the freaking yeah, let the cat dance, brother. You can't tell me that all these servers go down by accident, knocks off skill-based matchmaking, resets everybody's account back to 1. Everybody's having a stroke. And this is about the 5th or 6th time in all the years I've been playing this franchise. This isn't the first time this happened. This is a fairly common occurrence anymore. And knocked everybody's account back to 1. Therefore, the skill-based matchmaking was all off. So you were getting in the lobbies with anybody and everybody, which was beautiful. I played a handful of games. It was a great experience. But you're not going to tell me that that this wasn't an inside job. There's a lot of disgruntled devs right now, and a lot of layoffs going on. I'll touch on that a little bit later on into my one of my Aguas Calientes boys are in the house. My man Luis. Luis, welcome, brother. I'm glad you're here. Welcome to the stream. We're just going over all the news and everything. I'm telling everybody how great of a time I had. I saw Luis down in Mexico when I was down there. It was a best trip I've ever taken, really. What a beautiful time it was. A great week. I'll be going down again in about 6 weeks for the San Marcos, and I will be seeing Luis in 6 weeks, I'm sure. Anyway, everything was off. Every server's down. Reset skill-based matchmaking. It was a lot of fun to play. I mean, I don't know why they just don't disable it, because everybody had a great time playing. Nobody left lobbies. It wasn't like they say it was, or what it's meant to be. Anyway, you're not going to tell me that wasn't an inside job, and that some disgruntled dev at Activision, or devs, did not purposefully sabotage the servers to knock them all off at one time. No way. Had to be an inside job. And that's where I'm going to rotate in and use this as a segue. That was an inside job. There's no doubt in my mind. Because of all the disgruntled devs and all the layoffs, and there's a lot of layoffs going on in the gaming world. There was another 700 people laid off today. So it's been going on. It's a terrible week, 2 weeks in the gaming world. I mean, a lot of people lost their jobs, and it's terrible. So anyway, I'm sure a disgruntled dev or two took down the servers for as long as they did. They were down for about, I believe, 10, 12 hours. The servers were down. That's my segue into this cheating, into the cheating going on in Call of Duty right now. And I'm going to wade in, and I'm going to opine on this for a little while before I get into other news. There's much to cover. I'm reading Wednesday, February 21st. Obviously, I was one day in my beautiful trip to Mexico, and in the patch notes and Call of Duty's patch notes, I'm going to read this to you because this is important. The Ricochet anti-cheat team has been tracking a spike in cheating reports within the community. We are currently in tests for additional security updates. However, the following updates have just been deployed. Disabled game code for limited time perks, example, super speed. Well, they disabled that because I was just in a lobby earlier today at the office, and I was playing with a guy that was running around like Ricochet Rabbit. So that's all a bunch of baloney. But I will continue. As part of ongoing security updates, a single telemetry system was taken offline for upgrades over the weekend. This action resulted in cheat developers claiming Ricochet anti-cheat was offline. It was not. As a result of monitoring activity over the weekend and the purposeful reactivation of this upgraded system, # Team Ricochet was able to identify and ban over. Ladies and gentlemen, don't get too excited with what I'm about to tell you here. They were able to identify and ban, wait for the number, 6,000 accounts. I'm going to repeat that. They identified and banned 6,000 accounts. Boy, I'm excited. For hacking from February 16th to February 20th. Our team continues to work on security updates for issues across various modes in Call of Duty, Warzone, and Modern Warfare 3. If that doesn't concern you, then if you play this game and that doesn't concern you, then I don't know what to say. But you're going to tell me that you shut your anti-cheat down over the weekend or curtailed it and did some updates on it, come back, and you can only find 6,000 accounts to ban for cheating? You got to be kidding me. You really got to be kidding me. For an example, and me and Shady discussed this over the weekend while I was down in beautiful Mexico. Shady's a big Rainbow Six Siege player. And Siege had a big tournament this weekend. I believe it was in Brazil. Correct me if I'm wrong, Shady. But I believe it was in Brazil. And you should have seen this event. It makes the COD majors look like a church social with a bunch of 80-year-old women sipping tea and eating crumpets. He goes on to tell me, and we get into a big discussion over this, as we usually do. When me and him get to shooting the shit, which isn't as often as it used to be, but he's busy right now with school. But when me and him get to shooting the shit, it usually gets into a very lengthy discussion about one topic or another. It's just how it goes. So he proceeds to tell me, I believe it was in 24 hours, Rainbow Six Siege banned 100,000 accounts permanently. There's no rebuying the game. There's no creating a new account. There's no nothing. You're done. That's it. It's over. 100,000 they banned in a day. In a day. Now, mind you, early when I first started doing this stream in October, which ain't that long ago, ladies and gentlemen, about 4 months, maybe 5 months, not quite 5 months. All right. We talked. Greeny was on board here. We were talking. And they were talking about Shady gave up playing Rainbow Six Siege. So did Greeny. They said the cheating was so out of hand, they couldn't take it anymore. The game was ruined. So they stopped playing it. Well, evidently, somebody. Rainbow Six is Ubisoft, right, Shady? I believe it's Ubisoft. Anyway, I don't play Rainbow Six Siege, so I really don't pay a lot of attention to it. However, I pay attention to video gaming and the state of particular games to see what they're doing and if they're combating the cheating that goes on. And evidently, Rainbow Six Siege cleaned it up. I think Ubisoft runs Rainbow Six Siege. I'll look it up. Let me Google it real quick. Anyway, let me just say that. Oh, my girl Sari, how are you, my dear? Good to see another one of the Aguas Caliente crew. All right. Good to see you, dear. Good to see you. I hope you're improving your English because I'm going to improve my Spanish. But I believe Rainbow Six Siege. Hola, Sari. Hola, my dear. Good to see you. Yes, it is Ubisoft. So Rainbow Six Siege, they're run by Ubisoft. So Ubisoft knew they had a problem. So they came in and they fixed their problem. They developed an anti-cheat and they cleaned the game up to the point where now they're running tournaments and big tournaments. That tournament, I believe, was a $3 million purse, which is impressive. $3 million. I understand, listen, every game's going to have cheaters. But at least they cleaned it up to the point, Shady, where you can at least get on and play the damn game. You know? And Call of Duty is at the point right now where the game is virtually unplayable. You've got 80%, you probably got 80% of the player base cheating. You know? Now, I'm going to get into a podcast I watched. I want to give credit to everybody whose content I'm watching and tell you guys to go check out their content, just like I ask you to check out mine. Torch Gaming on YouTube, and Shady just put up a boatload of videos the last 2-3 days. My apologies on the lack of content. Shady's been ill, and he's had a lot of work to do with schooling. I was away, and the vids didn't get up, but they're up now, and he's popping videos out like a crazy person. Anyway, there's a lot of videos up at Torch Gaming on YouTube. Please go check them out. If you'd be so kind, hit the subscribe button. I'm one away from 270. That would be 170 subs for the year, which I'm tickled pink over. But anyway, the podcast I watched was called Drop Shot. So it's the Drop Shot podcast on YouTube. And these guys opined on this subject for almost an hour and a half. And I watched the whole podcast. And they mainly took their content from a guy who created a video. I just want to give you the backstory on this. Of a fellow that's a hacker. And this guy, his channel is called Caps Locked. And that's CAPZ like zebra locked. Caps Locked on YouTube. And he had a hacker, and this hacker was explaining to him what's going on and how prevalent cheating is in Call of Duty. This hacker goes on to talk and discuss that, you know, more or less, and this is my segue into why I believe it was disgruntled devs that disabled the Call of Duty servers. He goes on to say that the cheating problem in Call of Duty is an inside job. And the inside job is you got disgruntled devs working there, and I mean, they watch all their friends getting fired. And let's not kid each other. Prior to Microsoft purchasing Activision, Activision was just a horrific company to work for. You talk about disgusting, evil creatures, because they're not, no human being would do such things. These are creatures, evil, disgusting creatures. And it's all well documented. The state of California labor, I mean, they had a girl commit suicide because of horrible things were done to her. And they let these creatures and scum and filth still work for that company for years after all this occurred. Till finally, the state of California came in and did the best they could to squash all of this garbage. But anyway, they're a terrible company to work for. I think Microsoft's going to try and clean it up. The ginger-haired gnome is out of there now. That little prick. But anyway, sorry for my language, but it really irritates me. Anyway, there's a lot of disgruntled people still at Activision. A lot of their friends got fired. They're working long hours. They're short-staffed. It's not a pleasant situation. So I'm sure they were the ones that knocked off the servers, and now getting into the cheating problem, this hacker goes on to say that he believes, and really he's right. There's no other way around it. Anybody with a little bit of intellect will come to the same conclusion. How in the world, like this hacker says, how in the world do these cheat providers, okay? How in the world do these cheat providers have the code to the game to be able to create hacks before the game's even released? Case in point, when MW3, when we were playing the beta, before I even played the beta, because I'm on Xbox and PC. So anybody that's on an Xbox or a PC, we played the beta after the PlayStation people. And the PlayStation 4 already hacked MW3. They already hacked the game. By the time we got to play it, the PC and the Xbox players, the cheat providers were providing free cheats to people to beta during the MW3 beta. They're freaking literally paying their cheats during the game's beta. So now how are they getting the code to create these cheats before the freaking game's even released and anybody even gets to play it? Think about that for a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Take a moment and think about that. And you know what? The only conclusion you can come to is the people creating the game are providing these cheat providers with the code to be able to create these cheats the way they are. There's no other way. There's no other way. So this hacker goes on to discuss all the cheating that's going on in Call of Duty, how subtle they can make it. It's really disheartening. And the only way that you really could stop this, and Shady, you're the computer expert here, but they're going to have to get down to the kernel level, which means if you're playing on a PC, they're really going to have to come in and be able to scan your computer for anything, to be able to stop you from playing the game. Now, furthermore, it goes on into this podcast. This hacker tries to go on and play another game. I can't think of the name of the game. It's a BR game. I don't know. Shady might know. In fact, when I was talking to Shady, I told him what game it was, but I forget the name of it because I only really play Call of Duty and Halo. But they were playing another Apex. He goes on to try and play Apex, and he didn't even get the game downloaded to be able to get in to play the game, and Apex already banned him permanently. He can't even get in. He can't play the game. He can't create a new account. He's out. So now, and the funny thing is, this guy didn't have any cheats on his computer for Apex. All of his cheats were on his computer were for Call of Duty. But Apex's anti-cheat was able to detect the Call of Duty cheats he had on his computer and shut him down. Now think about that for a minute. He goes on a different game to play a different game, and Apex shuts him down, bans him from the game. He never even logged into the game, and he was done. He was banned based upon his cheats on his computer for Call of Duty. Now, you're going to tell me that Call of Duty, Activision, Microsoft, all right, that these people can't come up with a freaking anti-cheat to stop this shit? I don't believe it. And I mean, this guy went on to explain that guys like, I don't want to name the names of people. I don't want to get into it. But there are prominent Warzone streamers that you know who they are, and they're playing, and they're snapping 90 degrees and shooting people, and they're pointing at people through walls and everything else, blatantly cheating. We all know who they are. Well, now the more sophisticated guys, I'm not going to get in there. They're all in the news. Anybody that plays Call of Duty, you go on YouTube, you see what's going on. These guys, you can tone your cheats down to where maybe they're only an inch. So your aimbot is only an inch. So if you're just off the guy's shoulder, it's not such a hard snap. It's just the shoulder in, and then it's a movement that maybe a human being could make, and now you're locked on and they don't miss a bullet. They can tweak these cheats to be so fine that you really wouldn't even know they're cheating. And they go on to say that they estimate that 80% of the Call of Duty player base, 80%. Think about that, guys. That's 2 out of 5. I mean, sorry, 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5 people. That's 80%. 4 out of 5 are cheat. So you're on there, and you're one guy, and you see 5 players. 4 of the 5 are cheating in one way or another. Maybe they don't have walls on. Maybe they're using a Cronus. Who knows? There's so many different cheats that you can use now that it's hard to even let your imagination run wild. And by the way, they're selling Cronuses, just one site. They're selling 15 to 20,000 Cronuses a month. A month. 20,000 a month. That's just one little outfit. Forget the strike packs or the Zims, XIM, it's XIM, right? Shady the Zims. But think about that. And here I am, I'm a 61-year-old guy just trying to keep up with these young sweats, and then they're cheating yet. And if they don't fix it, this game's going to die. And they're going to have to figure something out. I don't know. I don't know that we're going to see a fix here for this game, for the cycle of this game. I don't think we're going to see. I don't think we're going to see any. I don't think we're going to see any anti-cheats come up in this game. Maybe in the next one, they'll address this seriously. I don't know. There's people that say, well, Shady says this all the time. They don't want to fix it, or they would have. They don't want to fix it. That Shady says that all the time. He's convinced they don't want to fix it. That they're making too much money not fixing it because they got to create a new account and they got to buy the game again. So this forces them to buy the game again. If they had anything, maybe buy more skins because they lost their whole everything. I don't know. But this is where we're at. This is where we are. And we're in a sad state of affairs here with this game. And you know it's bad when last Wednesday, February 21st, that's my brother, the Bedbug's birthday, by the way. My brother turned 60 this year, the Bedbug. Anyway, I shouted out to him anyway before, but on my brother's birthday, they came out with its anti-cheat announcement. And when these people come out and they make an announcement like this, you know it's bad. You know it's bad. And you know that they got their eyeballs on it. But to make an announcement and brag that you shut down 6,000 accounts, of which probably 5,980 of these people were back playing the game before the sun set on February 21st with a new account, because according to what this cheater and this hacker said, these guys have he has 3 accounts. So account A gets shadow banned, he goes and plays account B until that account gets shadow banned. Then he goes and he plays account C until that account gets shadow banned. By that time, the weak ban of the other one, he just circulates through 3 accounts. He tells me a lot of these Warzone guys, they have as many as 5 accounts that they just rotate through. Bing, 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 bing. So think about that for a minute. 5 accounts. And they just rotate them through. They need to do something. Because this game is really unplayable. And a little bit later on, later than usual tonight, I'm going to hop on. And I'm going to play. And you all can watch my lobbies. Shady will tell you. Shady doesn't know how I do it. He'll tell you. I don't know how the hell I do it sometimes. Some of these lobbies I'm in, my buddy Zeus the Tripod, every time he comes in here and watches me, he says, I don't know how you do it. I put my controller through the screen, he says. But these are the lobbies they put me in. How I got into this bracket, I don't know. I sure as hell ain't. I mean, you'd think I was a fucking in the COD League. But this is how it is. This is Call of Duty 2024. My real hope is, and I'm going to tell you why I'm hopeful, because I'm going to segue into my next topic. I'm hopeful for this because competition is coming. And the competition that's coming is fierce. And they're on notice, and they should be concerned, because I would be. Because they got 3 former prominent devs of what I call the golden age of Call of Duty, who are no longer with Activision anymore, that are doing their own projects and are coming at and coming for Call of Duty. And I would be concerned if I was them. One of them's going to be releasing before the end of, tomorrow's March 1st, the end of March. By the end of March, there's going to be one that will be releasing, and that game is not going to have skill-based matchmaking in it. That's a gentleman by the name of Mark Rubin. Remember that name, Mark Rubin, because Mark Rubin, along with another gentleman whose name I will mention a little bit later in this segment, Mark Rubin was one of the co-lead developers of the OG Modern Warfare 2, 2009. Okay? Mark Rubin is a name to remember. He's coming out with a game, or the lead dev in a game called X Defiant. I would really love that game if it wasn't for one thing, and this is my bugaboo. If I wanted to play Overwatch, I would. I would buy Overwatch, and I would play it. But I don't like these special characters and all the fucking cheese and all the nonsense. Pardon my language. I'm getting upset again. Anyway, I don't like it. I'm not a fan of that crap. I just want to be a regular soldier with a gun, a couple grenades or whatever, and to be able to shoot people. I don't want to have grappling hooks and all this other crazy crap and special shields that are bulletproof and all the crazy crap these guys come up with. I don't go for it. It's not my cup of tea. And but if it wasn't for that, you'd have to worry about me jumping X Defiant. And I can tell you, there's going to be a large segment of the Call of Duty community hopping over there and giving it a rip. I know they have already through the betas. I played the beta. It was the game shot well. The movement was well. Everything was on point. Even with the beta, especially the last beta they did was really well done. However, I just can't handle it. I can't handle all that extra cheese. And I appreciate everybody being here tonight. Jump in, chat me up. I'll shout you guys out if you guys got any questions. I'm just rolling along, and you got something to add to these topics, jump in and say something, because I'd be happy to interact with you guys and banter some BS. So that's Mark Rubin, and that's Defiant. And that game's releasing in March, and that game is not going to have skill-based matchmaking in it. So, if I'm Call of Duty, I would be very, very concerned. The next name I'm going to drop is a guy named Vincent Zampella. Those of you guys that are OG Call of Duty people will know who Vince Zampella is. He was the co-lead dev with Rubin, who just is making X Defiant. Vincent and Rubin got into a big to-do with Activision back in the day, back in 2009. And the original MW2 released and was in the middle of maybe the opening weeks of the release of the game. And I don't know all the particulars of it, but they had a falling out. There were lawsuits and all kind of crap. And then they left and created their own studio, which created Destiny, the original Destiny. And Rubin and Zampella left. And that's why One Man Army and the noob tubes and all of the OP guns never were fixed. They never patched them. They were supposed to be patched. And they were scheduled to be patched. But Rubin and Zampella left and took a bunch of devs with them. And Activision just more or less left that game on its own, released what content they had, and it went off on its own. to be one of the greatest CODs of all time without any balancing, patching, or anything. So imagine what them two guys could have done with that game if they would have patched it out and balanced it out. What kind of game we would have had. But yeah, so that's MW2 and the story of the OG MW2 2009. So Zampella's now the lead dev for Battlefield. And Battlefield's coming out with a new game. I don't think it's this year. I think it's the beginning of next year. But keep your eyes on that game. Because he's going to be they're going to be creating a BR, a Battle Royale. They're also going to be not just doing a Battle Royale, but they're going to have multiplayer games and everything in that. Plus the big map of 75 versus 75 or whatever the original Battlefield was. So Vince Zampella is now the lead dev in Battlefield. So keep an eyeball out for that game, ladies and gentlemen, because that's another one that's coming for Call of Duty. Now we get into the third guy of the three amigos. Told you about Mark Rubin. I just told you about Vince Zampella. Now we're going to get into it to the guy who only left Activision like 8 months ago. Desert Dave Vandahar. Well, you all know who Dave Vandahar is after I tell you what he did. He was the guy that brought us Black Ops, World at War, Black Ops 2, 3, 4, and Blackout, who many people, Zeus, who's on this channel, a friend of this channel, comes in and plays all the time. To this day, he's primarily playing Blackout with Jersey and these guys. So, Vandahar is back in the game, and he just announced today, this is current. You all want to know what Mr. Vandahar is up to? He is coming out with Bullet Farm. Bullet Farm is his new studio. They're looking for devs. They're hiring people. So I'm sure a lot of the top talent that's been laid off from a lot of these other studios are going to be looking up Mr. Vandahar to join his studio. And they are going to, I don't even know who's all on the team. Vandahar's on the team. Chris Cowell is on the team. Rex Rhodes Simons. And Eric Klokstad. I don't know who these fellas are. They're not names that come to my mind, but I'm sure these guys are heavy hitters because Vandahar's no slouch. Here's Vandahar's Bullet Farm. He says, the mission. I'm going to read this to all of you. And this is what's coming for Call of Duty. And this is why I'm hopeful. Because when Call of Duty was at its best, it had competition. And for the last 7-8 years, they haven't had any. And it's gone from bad to worse. So here's the mission from Bullet Farm. Bullet Farm is a new game studio that seeks to redefine what it means to make and play AAA action adventure experiences. Growing new games entirely from scratch is arduous work. We take our time to craft compelling experience made by artisans who take pride in and own their work. Our games will be made in a reasonable amount of time and using an appropriate number of developers. We believe gameplay should come with the game, not battle passes. Oh my. We won't do annualized releases. Oh my. Our games are standalone entertainment designed to be played with your friends. Oh my. So now they went after 3 things. Battle passes, No skill-based matchmaking, so you can play with your friends and everybody can have a good experience. And a standalone entertainment so that it's friends-friendly. So there you go. 3 direct shots at Activision and Call of Duty. Bang, bang, bang. All right? Along with the developers, a reasonable amount of time, reasonable amount of devs. Not this, 3,000 devs and all this crap. I don't know who the 3,000 devs were, but they never played these games. They never could have. They couldn't have. The third paragraph. We always operate with the highest integrity. This is a zero BS environment. We hold ourselves and each other accountable for living out our values. Sincerity isn't an add-on, it's a key to our success. That's about their studio, Bullet Farm. News. 2/28/2024. So this came out yesterday. NetEase Games introduces Bullet Farm, a new triple global game studio led by award-winning industry veteran David Vandahar. And they're not bullshit. This guy Vandahar is a heavy hitter. He's probably the biggest heavy hitter, even bigger heavy hitter than Ruben and Zampella are. But these 3 guys are the 3 wise men of Call of Duty. These were the studio heads back when there were 2 studios that created Call of Duty. Zampella and Ruben, they were Infinity Ward. Vandahar was Treyarch. Each year they alternated. MW COD 4 was Infinity Ward. World at War was Treyarch. MW2 Infinity Ward. Black Ops Vandahar. Until after that, they left, and you could see that the work, and as the older devs left that studio, you could see that studio and that dev team, the decline. Anyway, let me read more here about the news. So anyway, Bullet Farm is a remote first game studio with headquarters located in LA, seeking to recruit and build a world-class team with global reach. So they're hiring. Bullet Farm is led by David Vandahar, an award-winning and experienced industry veteran best known for leadership on the Call of Duty franchise, along with several industry veterans. The studio is developing an ambitious new AAA game set in an original universe with an emphasis on co-op gameplay. So I'm assuming this is going to be a game where you're going to be doing like campaigns, and your buddies can play in this campaign to reach challenges. I don't think this is going to be any type of multiplayer type of game. So LA, California, and Guangzhou, China. So those are going to be the two places. NetEase Games is excited tonight to announce the establishment of a new remote first AAA game studio headquartered in LA called Bullet Farm. This studio is the latest addition to NetEase Games' portfolio and is led by Dave Vandahar, an award-winning Tripod. He's in the house. Tripod, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you for all the support. Appreciate you. Just been back from a brief respite. I was on a little vacation, and I'm just going over all the Call of Duty news. I'm enjoying a cigar and just shooting a bull about all the crap that's going on in the Call of Duty world right now. It's unbelievable, all the shit that's going on. You know these guys, Zampella and Ruben. Zampella's now heading the new Battlefield game. Ruben, of course, is doing the X Defiant, and now Vandahar this is brand new news released today, is now being backed by a Chinese outfit called NetEase, and he's creating a studio called Bullet Farm. And they're going to be making a game. I'm reading their page because this is significant. This guy Vandahar is a biggie. And you know this and I know this from all the work he did at Treyarch and you know, Battle, you know, and Black Ops Cold War, Black Ops 4 and Blackout and all that crap. Anyway, they're looking to hire people. So it just says Vandahar, the award-winning, and he is veteran, best known for leadership on Call of Duty and the Call of Duty Black Ops series. And Vandahar wants Black Ops. There's no question about it. Bullet Farm is currently developing a new ambitious AAA game built in Unreal Engine 5. I sure hope the hell you're listening to this, Shady. And said in Shady's probably putting his fucking application in. But what they're going to do is they're building it on Unreal Engine 5 and set in an original universe with an emphasis on co-op gameplay. So there ain't going to be no multiplayer in here where you're playing against people. You're going to have you and your buddies are going to jump into this game, and I'm assuming that they're going to give you challenges and things to conquer and do. I believe it's going to be a shooter. I mean, you wouldn't call it the game Bullet Farm for nothing. But you're going to be able to get into this game and play with your friends on the same team and have a good time. I might play this game, to be honest with you. This has my attention. Because I'll be honest with you, I'm getting too old to be sweating against these cheating son of a bitches anymore. These punks cheating with all of their crap, playing like every game's $1 million tournament. Anyway, the game will craft a more intimate and relatable experience while offering a fresh take on first-person gameplay. Bullet Farm has a remote-first approach, and the main studio headquartered in Los Angeles, joining Vandahar as the studio's creative director is veteran game designer Chris Cowell. I believe he was one of Vandahar's guys at Activision. Bullet Farm currently has several key roles open and is actively seeking top talent to join the founding team. Shady's probably got his he's probably got his freaking he sent him his resume already. Starting this new studio has given me a chance to step out of my comfort zone and try my hand at making something entirely new and different. This is a departure from games I've worked on, but one that showcases my passion for rich characters, precise mechanics, more intimate storytelling, and plenty of action, says Vandahar. NetEase has provided us an incredible support structure to explore these new adventures and allow true freedom to begin building the concept and ideas for our game. NetEase Games is fully dedicated to giving Bullet Farm the resources and support required to build this new first-person experience, said Simon Zhu, president of Global Investments and Partnerships at NetEase Games. So they must be like a VC, type of thing, and they must be backing this game pretty well, pretty big. Dave's leadership and early collection of game development talent assembled at the studio is set to offer something truly unique for this existing fans, along with a new audience. Now we're getting into what Bullet Farm is. NetEase Games is this is on NASDAQ. NetEase Inc. NASDAQ. Look at this. NTES and HKEX. They're a leading global developer and publisher of video game IP across a variety of game genres and platforms. These guys are back in, this is a big outfit. They're back in Harry Potter, Magic Awakened, Knives Out, and Naraka. Blade Point and partnerships with major entertainment brands such as Warner Brothers and Mojang AB, a Microsoft subsidiary. NetEase Games also supports the growth and development of its innovative global studios in Canada, Europe, Japan, and the United States. Man, this is a big outfit. And they're looking for people, careers. They put it right up on their website. Like I said, bulletfarm.com. I wouldn't be shocked if frickin' Shady ain't got his resume out in an app bin already. He's probably calling Vandahar now out in the frickin' desert. They're looking for an animator. Remote, North America. Art director, remote, North America. Concept artist, remote, North America. Gameplay, remote, North America. Hard surface, remote, North America. And network, remote, North America. That's page 1. Page 2, they're looking for a producer. Senior gameplay. Senior level something, a technical artist, a technical director. So they got a bunch of job openings, and I can tell you, there's going to be a lot of competition for these jobs. With all the guys that got laid off, Microsoft knocked off 2,000, Sony knocked off 900, another 800 were knocked off today. They're knocking people off left and right. They must have lost, I read how many thousand jobs in the I think it was 4,000 developers got laid off and fired in the last 2-3 weeks. So don't worry. They're knocking on Vandahar's door. He's going to put something together here, people. He ain't going to piss around with this. So anyway, this is the competition that Call of Duty is going to face. Now, it doesn't seem like there's going to be much competition from Bullet Farm because this looks like the game that they're creating is going to be more or less like a campaign kind of game where you're going to be able to join up with your friends and continue on doing whatever challenges or whatever this game's gonna bring you. It seems like it could be an open world environment. Lord only knows, pardon me. But Call of Duty is certainly going to be getting a considerable amount of competition from XDefiant, which is going to have no skill-based matchmaking. I just wish they didn't have these operators and the cheese in that game, or I'd play it. And that way Zeus the tripod here wouldn't have to get aggravated watching me play and say I'd have thrown my controller through the screen already. These lobbies they put me in, Jesus Christ. Anyway, they got to have competition, and Battlefield is going to have some 6v6 multiplayer in it. It's going to have a battle royale, and it's going to have a big map. And this Zampella knows how to make a video game. He's another guy. Like I said, these were the 3 wise men responsible for the golden age of Call of Duty. And I know that they have Microsoft's full attention. Microsoft is Activision now. Let me swing over to some of the Activision news. There's no patch notes yet. I guess the patch notes come out later on tomorrow. Tomorrow, I guess we'll get new patch notes. I don't see any new patch notes now. Last was 8 days ago. There's no sense in me reading through the patch notes. I want to announce Call of Duty Mobile is going to be released on March the 21st. From what I understand, you'll be able to use that with a controller. It will be controller friendly. I do believe if you have an Android tablet, you will be able to play it on a tablet, on an Android tablet. And you'll be able to play it with your regular controller. and play Call of Duty Mobile that way, which, I mean, to be quite frank with you, I don't know why the hell they don't port this on the console, at least. All right? And, you know, because they have everything in this game. All the old weapons, all the old maps, everything. And allow the console player at least to be able to play this game. And I believe, I could be wrong. What the hell? Well, I'm just an old fool who loves to play video games. But I believe that's what's going to happen eventually. that this is called Call of Duty Warzone Mobile, and they have, of course, Call of Duty Mobile, and all the maps are on Call of Duty Mobile. All the maps, all the old maps. And according to the press releases for this Warzone Mobile, they're going to have shipment in it. I believe they're going to have Shoot House in it and maybe some other multiplayer maps. So you'll be able to play those multiplayer maps on there as well as Warzone, according to the press release. I also want to mention that they're giving out a free skin. All you got to do is go on your mobile phone, pull up Call of Duty Warzone in your app store, whether you're an iPhone person. I don't know what the iPhone is, but the Play Store, whatever, and go into wherever you get your apps, whether you're an Android or an iPhone. And I'm an Android guy, so I'm assuming you'll be able to play this on an iPad as well with a controller. So, unless Apple fucking blocked it, which wouldn't shock me either. Anyway, go in and pre-order this or whatever. Go in and pre-whatever the thing, and you're going to get a skin for it, a ghost skin. You're going to get a free ghost skin just for going in there and signing up. So I want to encourage everybody to do that. Again, it's free content. I also want to mention any of you guys out there that are Amazon Prime people, always check your Amazon Prime. Link your Amazon Prime to your Activision account, and that's very simple to do. And if you guys don't know how to do it, hit me up in the chat, and on Sunday night I'll walk you guys through it. If you guys want me to explain to you how to link your Prime account to your Activision account. But if you do that, there's all kind of free bundles in there. Bundles that cost money. Right now, I call it the cowboy bundle. It's a guy with a freaking cowboy hat, whatever. But it's free content, and it's a $20 bundle that you get for nothing. So all you got to do is link your Prime account, and you get some free content that way as well. Supposedly, so that's everything for this Warzone Mobile. Like I said, it's going to launch on the 21st of March. So between now and the 21st of March, go in there, hit the sign up for it, and you get a free skin, a ghost skin, just for signing up for it. You don't even have to play it. You just got to sign up for it. Season 2 Reloaded's coming. It's supposed to be dropping March the 6th, which is next week, next Wednesday. As is custom with this channel, I'm going to probably pop on Wednesday night. I'll stream an extra night next week, and we'll go through Season 2 Reloaded. I know there's maps coming. There's different things coming. We got events galore. And I'll walk everybody through the Reloaded. It's going to drop on the 6th at 12 p.m. Eastern, which is 9 a.m. Pacific. And there's going to be a lot of content. The maps are going to be Das Haas is coming. It's going to be a 6v6 map. They're going to have it somewhere around where High Rise is. So that should be interesting. And we're going to have some type of another zombie event with the vortex. And with that vortex event, we're going to have two maps that are going to be designed, zombies and infected people. And I'll tell you, if the maps are any indication of what the renders are here, these maps are beautiful. And they're well done. I hope the hell they just keep them in. They keep them in the map pool, because they put a lot of work into them. The first one's going to be a terminal variant called Airborne. Now, I don't know if they're going to have zombies floating around the map. I have no idea what they're going to do. This event could really be terrific if they pull it off right. It could be really terrific, or it could be underwhelming. Who knows? The next one is called Skid Grow, which obviously you know is Skid Row. And the game modes that they're saying they're going to have is Juggermosh, which everybody's going to be a juggernaut score streak. And it's going to play like they're going to have kill confirmed, domination, and hard point. And you're going to be in a juggernaut suit the whole game. They're going to have another mode called Bounty, which is team deathmatch with an HVT, which is the player with the most kills. And you kill a guy with the most kills, you're going to get more score. And the HVT, the guy, is going to alternate throughout the match as the people with the higher amount of kills is going to change. Then you're going to have Vortex Decay's Realm, another limited time playlist rotation of team deathmatch, kill confirmed, domination, and hard point on Vortex maps. So Tetanus, Satan's Quarry, Spore Yard, Skid Grow, and Airborne. So they're going to bring back Tetanus and Satan's Quarry, which were all well done. Now, I don't know if they're going to have a ray gun in this or what the hell they're going to do, unless it's just going to be, you're just going to play on these maps with all this stuff on it. But I can't imagine that they're not going to have something to do with zombies in there or whatever. I just can't believe that. But we'll see. They're coming out with a Dark Ether story. Another one, Operation Deadbolt Strike teams are tasked to confront a new anomaly in the exclusion zone. They're going to have new missions. You're going to enter the second rift, face down the largest infested stronghold you've encountered as you enter a new and terrifying rift. Be new schematics, a new VR-11 wonder weapon. They're going to have mags of holding, a blood burner key. There's all kind of stuff. There'll be no reloading if you activate the mags of holding. You'll have to reload. Your ammunition will feed directly from your weapons ammo stash. You're not going to have to reload. Blood burner key. You're not going to have to scavenge for the blood burner wonder key on the map if you're carrying the key, obviously. And simply use a summon a possessed two-wheeler without a lengthy search beforehand. So you're going to get a two-wheeler at your disposal. And the VR-11 wonder weapon, it's gonna be what it is, a wonder weapon. I'm assuming gonna be like a one-shot kill. I don't know. There's gonna be a new warlord called Carries. He's a trap-focused warlord boss, and he will spawn at Orlov military base, and she will have heavily trapped bases like a gas that counters thermals and other sensors. They'll give you more info on how to defeat her when we get closer to Season 2 Reloaded. And they haven't really They haven't released anything on Season 2 Reloaded yet. There was speculation today we would get the roadmap. No roadmap release yet, maybe tomorrow. We're gonna get some weapons. The SOA Subverter, which I believe is a battle rifle. A Soul Render weapon, which is a sword. The event will be the Vortex Decay Realm event, and also there's going to be a Dune event, Rule of Fate. So we're going to get a Vortex and a Dune event. Also a Warhammer crossover. It's not been confirmed yet, but the rumor's heavy. There's going to be a collaboration with Warhammer, and it's going to be a MW3 and Warzone event. We're going to be Juggernaut reskins, operator models, as well as finishing moves. According to the Warhammer crossover, the leakers are claiming 3 operators, a servo skull finishing move, a camo XP event, and other various cosmetics. There's going to be, the camo is called Blue Steel, set to be a mastery reward for those who complete the XP Vocus Challenge event. So, another event. I gotta say, and shame on you people that are bitching about these events. Shame on you. For years we complained. There's no events, there's no events, there's no events. Oh my God, why don't we get any content? Jesus Christ. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now you're getting your content. Now it ain't good enough for you. Oh, these skins and then these camos and oh. Hey, it's free content. You have a little bit of fun playing the game. They're bringing in various game modes, different things. Cut the bitching. I'm happy. At least they're giving us something different to play for, and it's in multiplayer yet, for God's sake. For years, all the freeloaders that play Warzone got all the shit. For once, now, the people that actually are paying for the game, $70, and are playing multiplayer, we're getting the content now, which should have been all along. So congratulations and kudos to you, Sledgehammer. Kudos to you, because you're doing the right thing here, and shame on all of you. Yous are never happy. The COD community, you people are something else, man. Yous are never happy with nothing. You bitch when there ain't no content, then they give you content, then you're bitching because they're giving you too much content or it ain't good enough. I mean, Jesus Christ, get your shit together. Stop bitching. Stop complaining. Be grateful. I mean, man, they're throwing events at us every week. There's always something to play for, which is fantastic. I'm not going to get into the Warzone content, and that's pretty much everything for Season 2 Reloaded. I don't know what operators are coming or anything like that. They really haven't released anything yet. What's really coming. But I went over Warzone Mobile with you guys and how to do that. I went over Bullet Farm with you. I want to go over to Call of Duty League with you guys. Again, so it means to get free content. All you got to do is link your Activision account to your YouTube. This is entirely broadcast on YouTube. Call of Duty League on YouTube. Look it up. And for doing nothing, you get double XP, weapon XP, double XP. You get blueprints, calling cards, all kinds of stuff. Just for tuning into the COD League. And then if you go to the Pick'em and you just pick the games, if you're half decent, and you'll go, I mean, there's really 4 good teams and the rest of the, but if you have a good week, they're going to give you more XP and more stuff. So tune in, even if you just put it on one of your screens on your CPU, turn the game on and forget about it. And you're just going to accrue time, and you're going to get double XP and double weapon XP, and they're hour tokens. So, the games, they're on tomorrow. FaZe plays the first game against Rocker tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. For those of you, I got a lot of people here watching me from Aguas Calientes, Mexico. It starts at 2 p.m. your time, you guys down in Mexico. Hey, JP Corman in the house. JP, it's good to see you, buddy. I'm back. Man, you got 4 monitors. You're out of your mind, bro. I got 3, and that's too many. Anyway, good to see you, JP. I hope all's well down there in Dallas, brother. It's good to be back. I'm glad to be in the chair. I'm going a little long-winded tonight, but there's so much crap going on. I miss all of you guys. I miss being in the chair here. This is what I enjoy doing. So anyway, the games start at 3 o'clock tomorrow Eastern, 2 o'clock in Aguas Calientes, and noon Pacific. First game's Rocker FaZe, and then Surge play the Ultra, who's by far the best team in the league right now. They're on at 4:30. And then we have 3 games on Saturday. Vegas against the Breach, Optic Texas at Carolina. The Gorillas are playing the Surge, and the Heretics are playing the Subliners. I'm sorry, 3 games Saturday. 3, 4:30, and 6 p.m. Eastern. 2, 3:30, 5 p.m. Aguas Calientes, and then noon, 1:30, and 3 p.m. if you're on the West Coast. Then Sunday, the Heretics start off at 3 o'clock against the Subliners. Oh, man, that's awesome. Yeah, so you know what's going on, JP. I figured the 4:30 game's FaZe and Ultra, which is going to be a banger. I don't know why that isn't the 6 o'clock game. But FaZe Ultra is at 4:30 on Sunday, which is a must-see game, and that'll be on before I broadcast. And then 6 o'clock, Rockers playing the Thieves. So those are the games for this weekend. Go to CallOfDutyLeague.com. You'll see schedule. Hit the schedule, and then go to Call of Duty League /Pick'em, and then you can pick the games. And this is all easy XP and extra content for you guys to go after. I don't know why anybody wouldn't do this, and that's why I'm bringing it up. So that's the Call of Duty League. Now I'm going to get into what's going on currently in the Call of Duty scene. Let me switch screens for you guys and go to my stream screen here for you and hit my controller. Let me put my cigar down because there's no more need for that. And again, more free content. All you got to do to get this, to get the current skin that I have on here is the monster skin, is go to callofduty.com, log into your account, and then go up and hit the button and you're in. And you get the Monster Energy, and I was told in a few weeks, maybe 2 weeks or so, they're going to come out with a weapon camo, I believe. I don't think it's a variant. I think it's going to be a weapon camo that really looks good. Beautiful, JP. I should be finishing up. Then you want to jump in and play? We'll jump in and we'll get some gameplay in. Be happy to hang out with you this evening. No worries. I'll see you soon, JP. Anybody else that wants to jump in and play? Hit me up in the chat. We'll team up and play. But this is the monster skin that's free. Again, I said free for doing nothing other than logging into your Call of Duty account at CallOfDuty.com or Activision.com, either one. Log into your account and there you go. If you guys are struggling with this, as with the Amazon Prime, let me know in the chat, and on Sunday, I'll walk everybody through how to get this gorgeous skin. As a matter of fact, this freaking skin's as nice as any skin in the game. Again, free content. And I don't know how anybody couldn't get excited about free content. I'm dropping shit all over the place here, ladies and gentlemen. Pardon me. I got a shaker cup here from G Fuel. I'm going to shout them out. I'm trying to get a sponsorship with G Fuel. I'm just waiting to hear from those guys that they're tuned into the stream this evening. I gave you a free shout out, but I'm hoping you see fit to partner up with me. I'd be happy as a clam if that would come to pass. Anyway, that's my one and only free shout out to G Fuel. But if they're kind enough to pair up with me, they'll get shout outs every stream, and I'll pop them in my YouTube videos and do my best to promote another New York gaming company. And by the way, I'll say this, even I don't know why, but in my opinion, it's the healthiest and the best energy fuel for gaming there is. They have the best ingredients and everything. I actually have my doctor go over the ingredients in it, and he told me it's fine for me to drink, and he wouldn't let me drink any of the other stuff. You know, but I ain't exactly an 18-year-old kid either anymore, unfortunately, but what the hell, I'm still at it at 61. So that's my G Fuel pop off for the evening, and let me get into the events. So again, we have 2 events currently going on, and let me go to the display only if he has it here. Yep. My man Shady changed some of my stuff today, and I think it's fantastic. I hope that the presentation, you guys, is a little bit better and that you appreciate it and you think it's good. But I really like it. I'm grateful to Shady for all of his help. We are currently in the midst of 2 events. First one's the Walking Dead event. We got about 5.5 days left to go. And as you can see, I got on this afternoon, played a few games. You get the Brave Man weapon sticker. You get a double XP token. I don't even know what the point numbers, but it was fast. You get a large red machete, large decal. At 55,650 XP, you get a double XP token, 45 minutes double weapon XP token. They give you a half-hour double XP token, which I got. I don't know why they don't give you the full hour. I don't get it. I'm in an ad break now. At 78,150. In fact, I'm just going to pause here till the ad break is over. And I don't want to lose anybody or whatever till the ad break is done. I just lost two viewers as I was going over the ad break with them. Going to clip my cigar. Well, we're getting near the end here, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, I'm a cigar guy. And I like cigars, beer, and tequila. And not necessarily in that order either. But everybody's about due to come back. Want to welcome back everybody. I'm just walking you guys through. I paused where I was at because I didn't want to lose anybody. But we start off with the double weapon XP token at 55,650 XP. So you know that these are much, much lower At 78,150, you get the Lucille Charm, which is a ball bat. You get Carl's favorite. They named this after me. It's a chocolate pudding large decal. They give you a Sheriff Deputy Rick emblem, a Don't Open Dead Inside calling card, which is kind of cool. That's at 181,000. You get the calling card. 181,000. You get the calling card. 139,500. You get the hat. 105,750. You get the chocolate pudding. And then the double battle pass token you get at 231,650. And then you get the barbed and dangerous camo, which looks much better in game than it does on the screen here. Now I want to get into the challenges. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go back to week 1 because we're on week 4. And I don't know if they knock you off in week 5 to be able to do week 1. But I want to be clear about this. I say this every week. I say this every week. Every stream almost I say this. I lit up a new cigar. It's one of the things I really love and enjoy, and I'm gonna enjoy one every now and then on stream. Especially when I've got a lot of talking that I'm doing, which I've done this evening. But here the first week is the Jack Tyrant 7.62 kit, which more or less turns your sniper rifle into like an LMG. And it's an aftermarket part. Week 2 is the Jack Limb Ripper, which was you get a chainsaw on the underbarrel of your weapon. Week 3, that was last week's. Ladies and gentlemen, this is significant, and this is what I'm trying to explain to you guys. To try each week to go in and do these weekly challenges. You usually can do them in a night of playing, and it's well worth it. This particular aftermarket part is so OP, they've already nerfed it twice, and it's still OP. And this turns your what the hell gun is it? The Haymaker. This turns your Haymaker into an automatic shotgun. And believe me, it's the best weapon in the game, and it was significant for the other, that's why I went out of order, for the Horde Point event, which only has 5 more days to go. Because this particular aftermarket part with that weapon melts everything in there. All the zombies, all the dogs, and all the, I can't remember the other thing that they have, but the super zombies, that this melts them. And this is so OP that they nerfed it twice, and it's still the best gun in the game. All right, and this is the Jack Magnet kit for the Haymaker, for the shotgun. This is something you need to get these aftermarket parts. I'm going to tell you why. Because this Jack glassless optic here makes all your guns, it's almost like an aimbot on the thing. There's no recoil, and this is so OP, this is going to be the next thing they're going to need to nerf. They're already bitching about it, and the son of a bitch has only been out a day. So I want to try and unlock this tonight, and I should be able to. Anyway, here's what you need to do this week to unlock these. You got to get 20 akimbo kills, 7 operator close kills. I think it's close call kills with no attachments on a recommended weapon. 15 clean operator clean kills with a suppressed recommended LMG, which by a clean kill means you must kill this guy and you can't have any damage done to you at all. That's what a clean kill is. Those of you wondering, because I had to look it up myself. Get 3 operator kills with 1 magazine 5 times with a recommended assault rifle. And remember, these are recommended weapons. So you got to go in and I'll show you when I'm done with all this, you know, what weapons are recommended so that, you know, you just can't use any gun. You got to use one that's recommended for them. This next one is you got to get 30 operator kills with alternate ammo equipped on an assault rifle, which you can pair up a lot of these and do them both at the same time. 20 operator tac stance kills with a recommended assault rifle, and then 3 operator triple kills with a recommended battle rifle. So these are the 7 things to do in multiplayer, and this is the only thing I cover. So there you have it. That's your weekly challenges. And I can't say it enough that I highly recommend everybody do your weekly challenges. Very important. Because that's where all the meta attachments that make these guns meta come from. And I can assure you, we've already seen a couple of them come up in bundles for $20. You know, 2,400 COD point bundles, you're going to see more. I can promise you. Let me get into the bundles. Let me show you this Michonne bundle here. I think it was 2,400 COD points. This will give you extra XP. I think it's 2,500 XP a game. If you have a double XP token clip, that's 5,000 XP. You'll work through this XP lickety split. And it's her bundle for the event. For the Walking Dead event, you're going to get an MCW blueprint, Walking Dead on the gun, tracer blueprint. You're going to get a longbow, sniper rifle. I wonder if they put the aftermarket part on that or not. They mustn't, or they would have said so. You get the killer Kadachis, however the hell you say it. You get I believe a little longer weapon sticker. Walking Dead, the ones who live, long decal, large decal, I should say, a finishing move, dead cuts. And then you get the mic weapon charm. So that's what you get with your Michonne operator. There's also a free gift pack in here you guys should look at. And like I said, this is the events. The other event I want to discuss with you is the Horde Hunt. And it's been going on now for almost 3 weeks. So, you know, the first one is you got to collect 10,000 bones. And this is going to get you... let me start you off. This is all zombie gear. An epic ether tool at 75, a speed cola at 155, dead shot daiquiri at 310, another epic ether tool at 625, a juggernog at 1250, a legendary ether tool at 2500, and elemental pop at 5000, and then a ray gun case at 10,000. All right, and then I move over to the featured zombies. This is where you get your content. You need to collect 600 armored zombie skulls, and then you get this tiny screens charm.
Almost as good as me.
And then I'm sorry, I jumped a little bit ahead. I thought I could preview the charm for you. I can't. You get a Dogs of Hell calling card if you collect 300 Hellhound skulls. So you got to kill 300 Hellhounds, and they're all over the place. The first 3 of these you're going to get very, very easily. The mimics were a pain in the ass. And this gives you a cursed ammo skin. And for your ammo boxes, for your ammo kits in multiplayer. And you got to collect 200 mimic skulls, which was a bitch. I did that when I was down in Mexico playing, and that was a bitch. After I collected them, they come to their senses, and they weren't dropping a lot. You know, you were killing these mimics, but not everyone was dropping a skull. So what happened was, after the hack and the servers all went down, they extended the double XP weekend an extra day, and they dropped double mimic skulls. So, of course, I was done by then, but anyway, for you guys that haven't done this yet, you got about 5 days, and honest to God, you ought to be able to do this in a couple days, because they're dropping all of this at the same time. Just run around collecting everything. It'll go fairly quick, and get that aftermarket part for the haymaker with that shotgun, and believe me, you'll blow through these quick. You collect all three, and you got to be in the red zone. So you got to get the armored zombies, the hellhounds, and the mimics. The base zombies don't count. That's only for your zombie stuff when you go into zombies and play. So you do get all three of them, and then you get this swagger skin called the Kill Shot. You know, not for nothing, it's not a bad looking skin. You know, it's free content for pissing around playing the game. And you know what? Anybody that complains about this, shame on you. Because for years we got shit. There were no events, no nothing. At least now we've got events to play for and everything. And it's something to play for and to grind for. So that's your Horde Hunt event. And that ends in 5 days. All these events are gonna end when Season 2 Reloaded comes in. And I'm sure there's gonna be, you know, those Reloaded events are gonna be coming in. And they added a new playlist. I'll go over the playlist with you, and then I'm gonna take a brief moment, and we'll get in and we'll play some games. We'll piss around or whatever. JP's gonna join me. Any of you guys out in the audience here, drop me a message in the chat box, and I'll be happy to jump you in and we can play. But here are the game modes that they've added in. There's a hardcore quick play, a 10v10 mosh pit, small map mosh pit, snipers only, meet 24/7, which I know a lot of people love this map. I'm not one of them. I don't know why everybody thinks this map is so great. Maybe it's just because I'm an old man and it's a new map, and maybe I'm having a difficult time adjusting to new maps or whatever, but I don't think so. But this map here, I don't like the spawns in it, but that's just me. Of course, here's the Horde Point Mimic Mania event, which is hard point with these zombies and mimics and hellhounds. Best of the 2009 maps. That's all the OG MW2 maps. They put 1v1 shipment in. I don't understand. Team gun game. Who the hell plays these? War mode. And I'm not wild. I'm going to go in with JP. He's probably going to want to play war again. I might jump in and give the new war map another try. I'm going to get drilled because I don't know where to go, what to do even. I played one game on this when it first came out. It's a vertical map. I'm sure all you guys know already. I didn't like it. I'm not this vertical crap. See, Doc Disrespect's coming out with a new game that's a vertical game. So maybe they're trying to, I have no idea. And then there's a cutthroat again. I don't know. And gunfighting, ground war, and invasion. War mode, they need to put more maps in and cut the bullshit with the vertical crap and go linear like it's meant to be. And yeah. Anyway, those are the modes that are in. I'm sure me and JP are probably gonna play Horde Point and War tonight when he's ready. And that's where we're at. This is what's going on. That's all the Call of Duty news, all 1 hour and 40 minutes worth. And I knew this was going to be a long drawn out deal tonight. That's why I brought some cigars with me to enjoy. And you guys know I love cigars. Maybe you didn't, but now you do. And anyway, done with the cigars. I'm going to take a brief moment. And then I'm going to come back and we're going to enjoy some gameplay. I'm going to grind for the aftermarket parts as I've done in the past, and I'm going to grind for the aftermarket parts and also try and get some XP and unlock all the goodies in this latest event.